Okay, so like in the last video, we'll be doing 3 sets of 3 exercises. So in the end, we'll again have 9 exercises. So this will be the first set with 3 exercises. The first exercise, we lie down on our back. We bend our knees and we place our feet on the ground. What we do, we place our palms on our thighs and we lift our upper part of our body, or the torso, or the chest, and our hands should be gliding alongside our thighs over our knees, like so. And we exhale when we are in the highest position, so. This way. What is important here is that we try to keep our feet down on the ground and not to have a very fast and explosive motion like so, upwards, rather than we want to do it slowly and controlled, so this way. You can do this exercise from 10 repetitions to 15 to 20, depending on your current condition and the strength of your muscles. So this is the first exercise. Okay, let's move on to the second exercise of the first set. So the second exercise, we will still be having the same position as the first exercise, but our hands will be down on the ground and we will lift our legs up. So what we do from here is we lift our hips and our legs up and we bring down, like so. Now, in this exercise, you can try to emphasize the straightness of your back whilst doing this. So, we want to make the back as straight as possible, like so. Even if you can't do this, just try to lift it up as high as you can. Okay, so this was the second exercise. This exercise you should be able to do from 8 to 15 repetitions. Try to see which is your ideal number of reps. Okay, so we move on to the third exercise of the first set. So this one will have the same beginning position as the first exercise. So we will be lying on our back. We will bend our knees and place our feet on the ground. And what we will do, we will bring up our toes so that we only put our heels on the ground. And what we do, we can either put our hands on the side of our body, or we can put it on our chest, or we can put it behind our head. For this particular exercise, in this case, I will put it behind my back. So what we do is we place our heels on the ground and we lift our hips up, like so. It's very important not to lower your toes down, but to keep them up. Breathe out when your hips are up. While doing this exercise, try to squeeze your butt, to be frank. So your gluteal muscles, you want to squeeze them when they're on the top, like so. Okay, this exercise you can do for 15 to 20 repetitions. So this was the third exercise. Okay, we move on to the second set of our 3 sets, and this is the first exercise. The first exercise, we want to lay on our belly, face down, and we place our hands aside of our heads, like so. So, we look in front of us or we look at the ground. My suggestion to you is to look in front of you. Don't raise your head too much, just keep it in a neutral position. We bring our feet together and we place our palms down. What we do, we lift our feet and arms at the same time up, like so. We keep it for a certain time, we bring it down. Bring it down. 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 Okay, this is a very simple exercise. I'm sure you've done it before. And this engages the lower back muscles of our body. So, this exercise you can do from 12 to
20 repetitions, depending on what suits you best. Okay, moving on to the second exercise. So now we will be assuming the so-called plank position. So what is a plank position? The plank position is a position where we are touching only the ground with our elbows or our palms and our feet. So this is one of the plank positions which you probably have seen, or this kind of plank position. So this is the push-up plank position or the elbow plank position. So we should now take the elbow plank position. What is important is for our hips not to fall down or not to be too low, but we want to squeeze our abdominal muscles and keep the body straight. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift one of our legs up
And bring it down. Like so.
We can do this exercise 10 times each leg or 15, again, depending on what suits you best. This exercise is a combination of a plank hold and an exercise for the lower back and the glutes. So this is a combined exercise which is very useful for this whole system. So this was the second exercise. Okay, so now we move on to the third exercise. The third exercise which we can do is a combination of changing your planks. So what we are going to do is we're going to assume the push-up plank position, and then we're one by one going down into the elbow plank position, and then we return back. So we go down, return back, go down, turn back. So you can do this either left-right arm, right-left, or you can combine, just do right-left, right-left, or however you want to do it. So when you go down and when you go up, that's 1. So down, up, 2, down, up, 3. So this exercise you can do 10 to 15 repetitions. My suggestion is try to do 10, and then if it's easy, go up. So this was the third exercise. Okay, so now we are moving on to the third set of our 3 exercises. Now, this set will be particularly for endurance exercises. So we will be focusing on the plank endurance. So what is a plank endurance exercise? So this is a static exercise. So we don't move. We keep a certain position for a certain period of time where we build a static endurance. So why is this important? It's important for you to engage this way your core muscles. So what are the core muscles? These are the muscles which are closest to our bone. So these are the muscles which keep our whole skeletal system together in a way. So if we engage these muscles and make them stronger, it will be much easier to engage the rest of the muscles which are more on the surface of our body or underneath our skin, other way we would say. So the first exercise which we will do is like in the previous set. So we have the plank position, but this plank position we will not move. So the first plank position will be the one with the elbows down on the floor and our legs straight. So we take the plank position and we put our head not to be going down like this, but we want to keep it in a neutral position. So we keep the plank position for about 45 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute and a half, depending on what your current condition is. So if you can, my suggestion is try to get up to a minute. If you can't, try 45. If you can't, 30 is alright. Don't worry, this will improve over time. As you practice it, it will become better and better. So this is the first position, first exercise, third set. Okay, so we move on to the second exercise, the third set. We are again focusing on the static positions. So, like in the first set, in the first exercises, we are back on our back and our knees are bent. What we are going to do, we're going to put our arms on the side, or if this one is easy for you, you can make it even harder. Put your arms in front of you, so they're straight in front of you like this. But let's just start with
hands next to the body on the floor. So we lift our toes again, and we lift our hips. And we keep this position for 45, 30 seconds, a minute and a half, 2 minutes, however long it takes for you to start to feel like a shiver going through this whole part. So this is the first exercise, the first variation. The second variation is when we lift our hands up and we go like this. So this is the second variation. And we keep the position. So this was the second exercise of the third set. Okay, so now we move on to the third exercise of the third set. So this will be a static exercise again, but we will have some movement. But this movement will only be with shifting our balance. So it's a bit even more difficult because our body needs to keep a static motion in a certain part of our body. And then it needs to move certain segments without disturbing the rest, which is static. So what you will need is you can grab a bottle, like this one. This is a septum. I think you know what it is for germs. Okay, so what we should do, what we can do, is we put our bottle in front of us. It can be full, it can be empty, it doesn't matter. And we take our plank position. So what we do is we put our feet a bit further away from each other, and we want to shift the bottle from one hand to the other, so like so. The point here is not to move the hips so much, like this. Okay, so the point here is to fix up our hips and try not to move them as we move the bottom. As you can see, it's not so easy, but it's not so hard. Like so. You can do a variation where you put it up, you bring it back, up, bring it back, etc. So with the moving of the bottom, you can try to make it, to move it 20 times, 15 times, 30 times, depending on what is suitable for you. So this was the third exercise, the third set. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed. Now, a small information, or a small lecture, as I would call it, about the meaning or the benefits that we have from exercising these muscles in Kendo. So, you know that Kendo is based off of footwork, so this power in your legs, the speed and explosiveness in your calves or your gastrocnemius and soleus muscles. The footwork, which is very important to be very fluid, very dynamic, and very, let's call it sharp. And then we have the upper part of the body, which is consisted of the shoulder system, our arms, and of course our back. So this is very much utilized for strikes, moreover than of course moving, but of course for blocking and for creating your opportunities. And all of these together are combined through our abdominal section. So in order to combine or to connect the lower part of our body with the upper part of the body, we need to have certain muscles in between that will help us connect these parts. So these parts are connected by the muscles which we did today. So the more we exercise them, the stronger they are, the easier will the transfer from your legs to your arms be. As you all know, all the senseis usually keep telling you to strike from your hips. So what does that actually mean? They don't mean that you literally strike someone with your hips. It means for you to have a thrusting motion from your hip part, which means that the thrust motion from your legs transferred or transported to your hips, which further transfers to your upper body, which then helps you make your strike with your arms. Now, we all know the people who have very quick arms and that they can do certain things from a very close range, but when having a strong core, this helps them even more. So having a stable stance with a stable core helps us achieve more speed and more, let's say, diversity with our
arm attacks or arm strikes, how we would call them. So this part of the body connects it, I will say it again, the lower part of the body with the upper part of the body. And if you are interested more about the anatomy, you can look it up on the internet. You have loads of videos on YouTube about it, or you can just visit the Wikipedia and read about it. But trust me, you won't make a mistake with this. Okay, I hope that you enjoyed the video today. I really hope that these exercises are clear for you and that you won't have a problem to do them. Stay tuned for the next video. Follow our Instagram page where you will get daily or weekly, depending on how much video content we can make. We will have news on Instagram, so follow Instagram if you can, our page, and see you next time.